If it would please, my lord, I would suggest that thou go fuck thyself.
Oh wow, we actually have some people in the audience.
Yeah, dude.
Hello, audience. All right, this is the City of Throne, which is the hub of the entire multiverse. All 7,777,777 worlds of the multiverse. All of your characters originate from one of the prime worlds, which are sort of Earth-like worlds with humanoids living on them. They can be any kind of world at all. Everything from classic Tolkien-esque fantasy to gritty cyberpunk stuff to, something almost identical to our world Earth, maybe even called Earth. They're all in there. Throne sits in the middle of the void, but it is itself a materialized world. So the dwellers of the void, which are the angels and the demons, can manifest in material form in Throne. Your characters appear here out of nowhere. A swirling vortex interdimensional portal opens up in front of them as they're going about their daily life, and they're whisked through, and you find yourselves standing in a field on the outskirts of the City of Throne. You are immediately approached by what appears to be the animated statue of some kind of warrior. She introduces herself and says, "Attention travelers, attention. I am a representative of the Knights Concordant. We know not where you have come from or what your purpose is. I have been ordered to escort you to the refugee intake center."
Epic costume.
What the hell is this all about?
We're dead, right? This is what, like purgatory?
I thought this was Worldcon.
What the hell is this? What am I doing here? Is this real?
I'm not following her.
So, my character standing before you is a rather terrifying-looking man with a gigantic mustache.
My character is just standing in front of all of you wearing tan shorts and a red tank top, and she looks like a normal human woman, about 5'6". She's got golden tattoos on her shoulders, and she hasn't really said anything at all or looked surprised at anything going on. She's just kind of rolling with it.
My character is a dumpy white guy with a sword he bought online and a floral print kimono who clearly does not know what's going on.
Odds, what do you look like?
My guy looks scared shitless. He's very, very tall, lanky, awkward-looking, slouchy, and he's got this mop of like white curly hair that covers his eyes entirely. And he's wearing sort of like a medieval Harlequin type of outfit that's a little bit muddy.
My character is like a short, 5'4"-ish human wearing mottled dark clothing with a mottled dark backpack on as well. No visible weapons, but his clothes are bloody, and he looks pretty happy to be there.
My character...
Go ahead, Riddle.
My character is about 5'7", which is tall for a fairy and short for an elf. She has dark green hair, gold eyes, slightly pointed ears. She's wearing sleeveless maroon coveralls with a white crop top underneath, and she's sort of smudged with a few oil stains.
And that leaves...
My character is scared shitless. I am a 19-year-old hacker kid wearing cargo shorts and black t-shirt, and I am kind of skinny but also a little bit athletic, kind of a runner's build, and freaked out and have no idea what I'm doing here.
Alright, children, so clearly you're all in my imagination. Is that right?
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, you're not really there, are you?
What is this place?
Well, it's my imagination. assure you.
Surely it's the
drunk?
afterlife. We're all dead. What was the last thing you remembered before you ended up here?
I was
That-
getting in the elevator in my hotel to go down to the con.
What are you
language
talking
is
about?
that? I didn't understand any of those words.
Just normal English, sorry.
Hold on, you guy who are in an elevator. You seem like a kind of normal person. What are you doing here? How did we get here? Who are you?
I was going down to the con, and now I'm at the con. That's all there is
Why-
to it.
What is a con?
Convention, Worldcon.
Oh, sure. Okay,
Worldcon.
wait. Well, is that why you're wearing a kimono?
I mean, I wasn't expecting the LARP to be this big, but yeah.
All right then, children, let's follow this friend out of here. I'm sure all your problems will be settled shortly.
We're not children, so maybe shut up.
And what are you, my dear? You seem quite elegant, unlike these other folk.
I'm not your dear, and shut up.
Oh, isn't that right? Well,
You notice standing just about 10 feet away from you is a demonic-looking figure about 10 feet tall, smoking a gigantic cigar. You can smell the foul stench of it from here.
Right, I'm gonna stop telling people to stop smoking.
my dude is intrigued by the cigar and wouldn't mind a smoke himself, and approaches the large gentleman. What are you there? Where did you get your hands on that?
He takes one look at you, then he breaks out laughing. His crimson mask seems like it's locked in a permanent Cheshire cat grin.
Well, that's right funny, is it? I just wouldn't mind a smoke, you see.
He says, "Oi, a smoke then? You think this stuff is free? You gotta earn your keep, boy, if you want one of these."
Well, talk to me. What are we working with? They told us to go over to some tent over there.
He said, "Oh, newbies. All right. Look, it's best not to piss off the Stony boys. You know what kind of trouble they can make when they're in a bad mood, and they're always on the edge of that to begin with. Find me later." And he flips a coin to you.
I snatch the coin and take a look at it.
It doesn't appear to be any legal tender as far as you can tell. It just says Oscar's Funhouse on one side, and on the other side is a kind of shimmering iridescent surface with no other markings on it.
I start frantically checking my pockets to try and make sure I still have my USB drive.
You do.
I check the signal on my cell phone.
You are out of your network, but appear to be roaming and able to get some kind of a signal.
Yeah, let's head over to the pavilion. I don't want to miss the event when it starts.
Hey, what did you say your name was?
Well, my character's name's 𝘒𝐸𝐿. I feel like we probably shouldn't drop character,
Keisuke.
Yeah, 𝘒𝐸𝐿. That's it.
You can call me Griff.
Griff. Cool, Griff. That's a cool name.
Okay, what you said that you think you're at a con. I'm pretty sure that's not what's going on, but I'm not sure what is happening. Can you convince me that you're real and that this isn't some kind of dream?
I don't know what else happens when you get in an elevator. You get out of the elevator on the other end.
So you were on an elevator and you got on the elevator, and then when you got off the elevator, you were here?
Well, this is great. Look at these decorations. Look at these costumes. There's nothing to worry about.
We're not dreaming. We're in the demon world.
Hey, Anthony, I think that you were right. This seems like a pretty cool con. Do you want to be buddies and hang out and explore it together?
Absolutely, that sounds great, Griff. But remember, I'm staying in character now. You call me 𝘒𝐸𝐿.
Keisuke. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yes, let us travel together, friend. We will find the foes who need defeating.
My name's Lolly. I was in town. I pissed off some people, and they sort of ran me off a cliff, and then I suppose I died.
You think you died? Oh my god. Are we actually dead? Is this the afterlife?
We're not dead.
That would explain so many different genres being pulled together, though. That's a pretty good hook.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what else happens after you fall off a cliff. What do you think's going on?
Well, you see, I didn't fall off any cliff. I was sitting in my study, having a smoke and a little chew, and I simply walked through a door, and here I was.
I was somewhere doing something, and I walked through a portal that appeared in front of me.
I don't know what world we're in, but my spirits have informed me that this is real, and that they sense other demons and spirits here.
Your spirits informed you? Are you out of your mind?
2 glowing, shimmering, child-sized figures flicker into existence behind me and stare at him.
Oh, I thought she was talking about alcohol.
Man, I wish.
Aye, this is some trippy shit.
Slow Voice has now collected your papers and examined them all, and he says to you, "Well then, travelers, I suppose you're up the creek."
I'll
You're
follow.
gonna get thrown out.
Isn't that right, child? Thrown out for having a little smoke. Ha ha ha.
Do you have another one of those?
Yeah, so you see before you swirling crowds of people like in a dense metropolis. This would remind you of London, New York, or Tokyo. Every single being in the crowd seems to be some sort of alien or foreigner, outworlder of some kind. Many of them appear to be human or near human, but just as many of them appear to be, wild creatures, the likes of which you've never seen. They seem to mostly share a common culture. Despite their differences in appearance, their style of dress seems quite similar, and they seem to mostly speak the same language.
Wasn't it fascinating? You see, if I were not in some kind of dream state at this moment, I would think to myself, why, these strange creatures, I should like to bring them back and put them in a freak show, don't you see? You see, I invested in one of these not long ago. Yeah, they are so strange looking, though, and he just keeps mumbling like this to himself and sort of...
Did you say you'd invested in a freak show?
Ah, yes, indeed. A series of them as well. A chain, or what would you call it? A franchise, rather. Yes, indeed. I mean, you're rather tall. Sorry, 1 second. I'm having trouble.
There we go.
And what are your special skills or abilities? I figure if I'm in some kind of, dreaming and whatnot, you might be some kind of special thing, I suppose. Your hair is rather interesting.
I shoot Lucretius a pitying look.
Well, I was in a freak show myself at one time, although more doing tricks, not so much being one of the freaks. But I can do some magic tricks, with cards and such. I can juggle. I can play a few instruments and that sort of thing.
Oh, an entertainer, then.
Do you work here?
No, I'm not from here at all.
Huh.
Well, you seem quite handy. I mean, if we can get you an instrument, perhaps you can sit out in the street and earn us some coin.
I actually have my settle on me.
Hey guys, everybody make an agility roll. Beat this.
I
I
missed
did
the
not
number that we were supposed to be.
I got a natural 1.
What are we aiming to beat?
He rolled a 7. We need to beat a 7.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a 3.
I got an 11.
So it's Kersey, Lithros, and Lim. All 3 of you have just been shoulder bumped by a small child who is now running away from you as fast as they can go.
I checked my pockets.
I attempt to materialize my Aleph and Za in front of the child and grab him.
Okay. Make a spirit channeling roll. What specific maneuver are you asking them to do?
appear on either side of the child and grab the child's arms, one to each arm.
Okay. Your difficulty is going to be 20 plus. This is the child rolling their agility. So 23. Got him. Okay. Your spirits have seized the child by the shoulders and are pinning them in place.
I walk over to the child and ask what they're doing.
The child is struggling mightily to escape their grasp and howling and spitting. Hey, let me go! Let me go! You can't! I will call him! Let me go!
I see.
I instinctively reach for my shotgun and just try to blast one of them.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. Make a ranged combat roll. You're
right,
going to have... this is an opposed roll. The child is opposing you with 10. Beat 10.
But I should just roll as much as possible, right?
If you want to kill the motherfucker, yeah.
Oh, I mean...
So you could take a pot shot at each of the kids if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's go for like a sexy like bang bang, like aim for the legs, let's say. He's not a total bastard. I mean,
Are
he
you
is.
shooting?
That little fucker, you crit and you just blast one of his kneecaps off. He goes down instantly.
God damn, it's so fucked up.
Holy hell!
Fuck did you just do?
Well, that little fucker stole something from me, I'm sure. Come here, boy. And I march towards him and...
You don't even know?
Well, I'm pretty damn sure he did.
Well, I'll try to reach through a shadow and trip him with shadow magic.
All right. You pass that easily. You are able to send your right leg through a shadow emerging from a fruit vendor's street cart and sweep the leg. The child face plants.
Hell yeah.
You've got a few seconds to catch up to him before he stands up again.
Yeah, I'll just run over and grab him.
Yeah, I grab my kneecapless child by the shirt and harangue him to tell me what's going on and start looking for any of my possessions on his person.
He is a street urchin. He has a pouch full of what looks like a bunch of other stolen knickknacks, a few coins, some personal affects, wallets.
I take everything he's got.
Okay. You now have a pouch full of, like, random shit.
Are you robbing that child?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm shoving Lucretius off his kid.
So
why not?
You're gonna
Because
take
he's
that
a child. That's why not.
And I plan to take his possessions.
But that's not. That's a. Oh, shite.
I'm paranoid and I check my pocket to make sure I still have my flash drive with me.
You do not.
Oh shit.
A hungry child deserves our protection, not our hate, not our violence. I will defend the defenseless.
So presumably, having gotten up close to Lucretius, 𝘒𝐸𝐿 or Anthony will have noticed that Lucretius has a rather ugly, pockmarked and scarred face, large blackened teeth, a sort of bursting chest, and once again the smell of smoke and something worse. And perhaps may have noticed that this is a rather intimidating fellow.
Oh.
So, presuming that I'm not being directly harassed by 𝘒𝐸𝐿, I lean in close to the kid, and I say, "You see, boy, there's an art to doing this, and when you see a man like me around, you do not take his shit unless you want to be dead in the gutter. Do you understand?" I reach to take whatever he's got.
I stop him.
I mean, if you guys want to fight about it, you can roll some dice.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are we rolling some dice?
I'm
All right,
ready.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So 𝘒𝐸𝐿 is going to go first, and then Lucretius.
All right. Before that, to my great surprise, my fists begin glowing with green light as I perform a chi strike. That will only affect my damage if I hit, but I'm spending it before I actually roll.
I'm going to roll 4d10 plus whatever your strength is.
Okay, cool. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's some pretty bad dice.
Bad dice.
Okay. Well, 𝘒𝐸𝐸 has connected with an unarmed attack.
I'm just trying to separate him from the kid, really. I don't really care about knocking him unconscious.
Yeah, all right. So how about this? We'll do this as like a pseudo damage roll. If you can roll above 5 damage, then you have successfully pushed him.
That'll do it.
Yep, got there easily. You power up with your internal energy and give him a hard shove, knocking him fully 10 yards back.
In the defense of the innocent!
So...
I made the sound effect, just to be clear. That came out of his mouth.
Right. So, Lucretius is knocked solid on the ground. He's sort of crumpled, having hit a wall. But you can see that even as he sort of goes through the unpleasant experience of, losing all wind, that his eyes are locked onto you quite intelligently. You get the sense that this is a man who's suffered a lot of pain before and sort of has attained a sort of mental stability besides it. But he is down and sort of just sits there coughing and trying to get his lungs working in the correct direction again.
Look over my shoulder. Wait, this is the kid he shot, right?
Yeah, it blasted his knee off.
Yeah, so telling him to run is not going to help.
Yeah, run, you little bitch.
I step over to the downed child and attempt to heal his injured leg by invoking my healing spirit.
Okay, so this is the type of injury you've seen many times. You know that the child's long-term prognosis is poor, but with a little spirit energy, you can stop the bleeding, stabilize the wound, and set a splint so they'll at least be able to limp home.
I do it.
He doesn't make a big deal out of it right now, but he watches 𝘒𝐸𝐸 and starts formulating plans, thinking to himself that someone like this, with an honorable spirit, might make a good goon someday.
All I know is that a black-toothed, black-hearted scoundrel like you will never be accepted as my companion.
I'm gonna, check the kid's pockets, take anything that's not just like straight gold, and give all the gold back to him, and then tell him, just pick the wrong target, kid. And let him go.
All right, he scurries off into the shadows. You've picked up a handful of items that appear to be of no meaningful value to you at all. Like, there's a seashell in there, and some bottle caps, and a bit of string, and there's also a USB drive in there.
I immediately grab the USB drive.
I take the rest of the junk from Kage and put it in my backpack.
Cool. You have added about 4 ounces of random junk to your pack.
Excellent.
You have looked around in an almost frantic state and noticed that nobody besides your own party seems to be agitated or panicking. It's almost uncanny how the rest of the crowd is ignoring you.
I react in no way to any of this. I'm just kind of neutral.
Am I missing any of my items?
You seem to be short some of your clay.
You see that? Felt like my hands were glowing, man.
That was insane. This feels like it can't be real.
I step over and assess Lucretius for any damage.
He just had the wind knocked out of him. He's not harmed.
He's very irritated, though.
I give him a hand and help him to his feet if he'll take it.
I look at the hand. What does your character look like? What's the...
5'6" human female, dressed in shorts and a tank top.
My dear, I would not reach your hand out like that. I don't think you'll like what ends up in it. He starts getting to his feet.
I shrug and turn away.
Everyone here's so goddamn uppity.
Isuke, maybe we should get out of here and go to the hotel.
That's probably a good idea. I mean, let us continue on to our lodging, having defended the innocent.
Yeah.
Lucretius, as you're fiddling in your jacket, you realize that the card that the angel handed you with directions to go to the House of Succor is warmly glowing and vibrating a little bit, almost like it's pulling in a direction.
Well, what's this? Take it out and hold it out in front of me. You there, spirit girl. You see my card here seems to be trembling a mite, and perhaps it wants us to go away. It seems that that's how I feel about it anyway.
It's distinctly pulling in a specific direction as if it's being yanked by a magnet, but it's a very gentle pull. The glow becomes brighter and brighter as you walk down several blocks, and you see approaching you on your left is the House of Succor.
I'm starting to gain more composure and come to grips with what's happening. I'm tightly clutching my USB drive and with my hand in my pocket to make sure I don't lose it again. And currently my goal is to figure out how to get into this hotel and get into a private room where I can collect my thoughts and figure out what I need to do next.
I thought about intervening with the whole child shotgun issue, but I thought that it also might be a good distraction to take off on my own, but it didn't work out.
Tall and lanky and a little bit subtly reptilian.
Yeah, although you probably wouldn't have noticed that yet. He takes trouble to conceal it.
Oh, that's quite cool.
What does Lucretius look like again?
Can I read my description?
Yeah.
Lucretius Porden is almost certainly not the birth name of this imposing mustachioed man, but you'd rather not be the one to bring it up. He wears a monocle on a scarred and pockmarked face, often chewing some black substance or a fat cigar. He flashes a leering smile to reveal large, blackened teeth. So he kind of looks like Bill the Butcher. That's why I have him as my profile pic right now from Gangs of New York. He's sort of from like, and you know, this stuff will be revealed, but kind of like a steampunk Victorian setting. So sort of 19th century or turn of the century looking get up.
Takes a punch like a champ.
By the way, viewers, you may not know, so 𝐃𝐚𝐦𝐬's picture right now was drawn by odds. I'm moving my mouse by it. So that is the awesome picture we have of Anthony.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There's a reception desk standing in front of you, and there is what appears to be a man-sized, sort of bent into humanoid-esque shape, like a insect kind of creature. Looks a little bit like an ant.
Hey, Lucretius, is that your name?
Ah, yes, indeed, but some of them call me Lenny, or Boss Man.
Boss man, I like boss man. Boss man, what's that thing you used to attack that poor child in the street? That wooden metal thing.
Oh, this! And he pulls out a shotgun, which is actually, upon investigation, rather ornate in a somewhat Victorian style.
Aye, it's beautiful. What is it?
Well, would you like to play with it? I mean, come here. You said you're a bit of a musician. I like to think of myself as a band player of some sort as well.
I don't think Dave would enjoy the loud noise that might cause in here, but I'd love to take it out someplace less populated sometime, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. You can count on it. Just let me know.
Wonderful.
Lim, you have consulted with your spirit, the one you call Pascalis. Make a spirit channeling check. Pascalis nods his head and says, I'm nearly as confused as you are, but in the Society of Spirits, there was talk about a world beyond worlds. I think we may be there now.
Right, as we're walking in the street, I'm getting a funny look on my face. Doesn't really seem like they could fit all this in a hotel.
What are you on about, boy?
You don't ever call me boy again. And I'm just thinking, things. That was an ant. That was a giant ant.
That's a bit rude. They're probably not actually called that.
I mean, you saw where the thorax connected to the abdomen. That's not a costume.
It did look like an ant, didn't it?
People look different sometimes, and that's all right. Dave seems like a great fella.
I have no problems with Dave. I don't get it. This is a big city. I went down an elevator. It's not adding up. It's not adding up.
You're a bit slow, aren't you?
Yes, I agree. You are a little bit slow, aren't you, Mr. 𝘒𝐸𝐿?
Pretty strong, though.
Hey.
They all seem to be wearing a similar uniform, which is a shining steel breastplate studded with diamonds and what look like almost priestly robes and such around that. As Lucretius approaches the front door, one of the angels stops him, points a spear directly at him, and says, "Halt! What is your business with Concordia?"
Oh, me. Don't need to bother with that pointy thing right there. You see, I'm simply seeking information, and perhaps a way to make some coin. You see, we've got quite a band of misfits here, and we happen to, sell one of them to you, or perhaps put them up for some kind of service, or I don't know. We're just trying to do business here.
The angel's headgear suddenly unfolds, revealing a kind of elaborate crest. Its crest begins glowing with a furious red energy, and it says to you in a thundering voice, "Stand back, villain! This is not the place for that."
Why don't you one of you talk to him? I don't seem to be having any forward motion here.
We know nothing of your world. That's why we're here.
Clearly. Well, I don't usually do tour guide, but I'll tell you what. Just for today, why don't you meet me for a cup of tea in the bazaar at the end of my shift, 30 minutes from now. My name is 13 Talks to Idiots. You're also in the middle of an outdoor food court. People are eating all kinds of alien delicacies. It smells wonderful, and there are actually many, many tea stalls around here as well.
Well, I'm going to set up my own little tea service and start brewing.
Cool. You've got some tea. About 20 minutes pass, and the angel approaches you.
Here, have a cup.
He sits down.
I learned everything I know about tea from a very wise old man named Iroh.
Sorry, I'm breaking character here.
He said, sharing tea with a fascinating stranger is one of life's true delights.
It's a terrible trouble, and the camps are overloaded with the inflow. It's been especially bad lately. You look like a bunch of prime worlders to me, and if I'm not mistaken, you've never been to the Outlands before, have you? Yes, we are at the center of the wheel here, in a place called Throne, the city connected to everywhere else, surrounded by the Great Void. On the other side of the void is where you come from. We call these prime worlds. They are reflections of the perfection of God, but broken into a billion shards like a shattered mirror. The way that your kind usually gets here is on the King's Road. This is, I suppose you sometimes call them doors or portals. It's a means of transition from one layer to another. Does that make sense?
Why were we brought here?
Well, I wish I had an answer for you there, because I surely don't know. My best guess is the King's Road has gone haywire again. And the last time it went haywire, one of the demiurges went missing. They wield the keys of kings that stabilize and energize the whole network. Last time one of the demiurges went missing, the network destabilized for, I think it was decades before they showed up again. What I'm saying is, we have nothing for you. I'm sorry that this happened to you. As best as I can tell, the portal network is malfunctioning, unstable, and down. I think it's above my ken to know the causes of that, but surely somebody must understand.
But anyway, the guild you were saying, it's what's that all about?
They run the city. They are the agents of our kings, the demiurges, tasked to handle the business affairs of this huge place. There are hundreds of guilds, and no one knows who their allegiance is to at this point. But they certainly handle the coin around here. Yes, they do that.
It's let's go over to the Accountants Guild and see if we can figure out a way to make money over there.
So I'm listening to them have this exchange and nodding along, but then I stand up and touch the angel on the shoulder. So your role is to keep the peace, and you'd like us to report it to you if the peace is not kept, correct?
Stomp on this gemstone as hard as you can, or shatter it against a wall. Whenever one of these gems is shattered, consider us to be signaled.
I consider the gemstone in my hand for a moment, and I then address them again and say, I have an alternate proposal. Perhaps I could call upon you whenever I see a sufficient enough emergency through a bond, an agreement that I'll help you keep the peace for sufficiently large disturbances if you'll come whenever I call you.
The angel lifts its face mask and glares into you with its energetic, gaseous form. You notice now that it has opened up a pair of burning eyes. Make a willpower check.
3.
That is a critical failure. The angel has tunneled into your mind with its divine power. You see a revealed vision of the void, filled with greater spirits than you can imagine. You realize instantly that you have badly underestimated the nature of the entity you're dealing with here. It is far, far beyond you. You're then expelled from its mind violently. You fall to the floor and take 2 points of damage.
Thank you so much for your help, and then I'll go follow them.
Griff, do you know what this means?
I have no idea what this means.
I am 𝘒𝐸𝐿.
One of them appears to be a demonic creature wearing a blue mask and shouting a tirade of obscenities, the likes of which you've never heard in at least a dozen different languages. Its partner in abuse is a apparently voluptuous young woman whose face seems to be covered in a mask and a hood, but whose body below the neck is in extremely lewd clothing. The demon in the blue mask turns towards you and says, "What art thou talking about? How dare fucking... Where's the money? Where's the money? What do you need?"
That's what we'd like to know too. Where's the money? How can we get money? Do you happen to know?
Ah, daft. You think that it's not Tuesday? You think it's not the day of lies? Why are you here?
We're looking for work. We've got no place to stay.
Work. Yes, here for work. Then why are you standing in line at the Accountants Guild, the daft skullfucker?
Where should we be standing in line?
This is accounts receivable, where we pay the bills, dummy.
I don't know what those words mean.
I know a thing or two about finance. Maybe I can help. If it's the right thing to do, 𝘒𝐸𝐿 is there.
Anthony Robertson, make a finance skill check. against
Alright.
difficulty 10.
Do you have finance as a skill?
2 ranks in finance.
Oh my god.
It's
I make
amazing.
so much
Jesus.
money on GameStop.
You sort out this imp's financial problems.
If it was Excel, you could just hide the rows, but doesn't work like this. Okay, I fixed your problem. Can I have my payment now?
The demon hands you about 10% of their stack, thanks you, and moves on.
Why, that was handy, young man. Very good.
Lucretius, when we first arrived, the demon that you asked for a cigar told us to look him up later. Perhaps we should seek his counsel.
Why, yes, indeed. He gave me this token here, and he pulls out the token that said, someone's funhouse. Oscar's funhouse?
Oscar. Yeah,
Oscar's
Oscar's funhouse. You notice that the unmarked rear side of the coin seems to have kind of iridescent surface to it, but when you rub your thumb over it, it says, "To find the funhouse, have a little fun. Spend this coin on number 1."
Yeah.
I think that woman we saw earlier might have been a hooker. That seems like the sort of thing you'd spend on number 1, right?
That does sound rather pleasant, doesn't it? I'm feeling better already, though. Yes, fun. Let us have some fun. Well, there, mister. Are we open for business today? I'm. You could say, looking to have a little fun.
Says, "I got lots of fun. Your buddy was fun back in line. I'm in a good mood, buddy. Who do you want? What can I do for you?"
Lucretius, casts about and takes out his coin. He says, "Well, what would you say that this would get me?"
The imp picks it up. Says, "Jesus fuck! You don't know what this is, do you?"
He shrugs.
The imp snaps his fingers, and a map appears. He hands you the map, and it says, and the imp then says to you, "This is a way to find what you're looking for. You didn't hear it from me, and you better be careful. What Oscar thinks is fun might not be what you think is fun." The map has a cursor on it. When you unfurl the scroll, it seems to have like a glowing trail kind of thing that's leading you towards the undercity. You walk through what appears to be a slum district. The crowds on the street have really broken apart, and most of the people you can see now appear to be almost naked and destitute, and not a single one of them appears to be a humanoid. This seems to be like a ghetto for like non-humanoid life forms, basically. So you see all kinds of stuff here. Like one of them looks like almost like a wheelbarrow that has like a robot head on the end of it. Another of them looks like a family of small wind-up giraffes. All kinds of weird stuff down here, and they have just not seen a good day in years.
Do these vibe like spirits to me?
Yeah, why don't you make a spirit channeling check? So you notice that the texture of the spiritual auras around these strange creatures is distinctly not like that of a normal human. They feel more like machines to you, closer to an inanimate thing, but not quite.
Interesting.
Where can I find this Oscar? Where am I going? What can you tell me about the man?
It uses its tiny little head as a pointer, and it points you in the direction of a dark alley.
Have you been there, little beast? Have you been in this place?
It shakes its head as if in fear, and then it runs away. All right. You go down a few flights of stairs in the spiral stairwell, and it opens up into what looks like a cavern that's illuminated by a bioluminescent fungus or lichen attached to all of the walls. There is a pool on the side of the cavern with an arrow pointing downwards saying, "Hold your breath if you can," like it's a flooded tunnel of some kind. Also, it smells like urine.
Well, you know what we could do is get one of those little beasties and drop it in and see what happens. I mean, you know.
I don't think that's appropriate.
I stick my hand into it. Does anything happen?
It's got some chunks and stuff floating in it, but no.
Perhaps you, young man, the heroic one. I mean, we do need your help, you see.
Why would you need my help?
Well, we've got to see Oscar to find our way out of here.
You seem to be a fair bit more powerful than Lucretius here.
I have a suggestion. I materialize Aleph and Za and ask them to explore the pool for me.
Oh.
Good choice.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
They, being immaterial creatures, they are undisturbed by the smell, and they scout ahead. About a minute later, they come back, and they report to you. It's a dead end, and we found a note at the end of the pool saying, "You idiot."
Wait. I just had an idea.
What's your idea?
It says spend it on number 1, right?
Yes.
So
Well,
throw it in
gesture at the pool.
or take a piss on it.
Number 1.
Spend it on number... yes, this is brilliant. I toss it in. I spend it on number 1.
Okay, the coin sinks into the bottom of the sewer. You've lost a coin.
I have Za retrieve it.
Okay, you have the coin. It's now covered in sewage.
Oh, shit. I just take it and I rub it on the ground as hard as I can. I just try to make it less horrible.
Ugh.
And the map that we have just sort of gestured to this general area, or...
The map still has the cursor and the illuminated trail on it. The trail seems to be going right through the wall.
I guess I'll go up to the wall and try to put my hands on it.
Okay. I want you to make a brilliance check. You got it. There's a hidden switch. It was camouflaged.
Alright, I'll flip the switch, and then I'll turn around and grin at everybody.
A wall panel
Nice.
slides back, revealing a passageway to the next chamber. Cool. Everybody roll initiative.
Ah!
Okay, so you opened up a secret passage. You went through a narrow tunnel and came out into a kind of grotto, like a rocky outcropping cavern next door. You haven't really had a chance to look around, but you've noticed that there was a squad of 5 armed humanoids. They seem to be like covered in scars on their face and wearing like matching armbands. And the one in the back looks like he's wearing robes and has like a blue demon mask on.
And so I take a chunky handful of black clay out of my satchel and I stuff it in my mouth, thus gaining the chew clay combat effect. So, just for context, the teeth blackening octrium or demon clay has powerful somatic effects, inducing a violent frenzy when consumed in large amounts. It's kind of like Red Eye in Cowboy Bebop. And so, yeah, I stuff it in my mouth, and almost immediately, just like muscles pulsing, like you can just see the veins, and he just lets out this guttural, like, like he just is like ready to like let some shit out.
He hulks out, man.
Yeah, he hulks out, and so I draw my shotgun and I move while shooting.
I take out my bow and arrow. I mean, I guess I fire a shot at Goon 3.
He takes an arrow to the chest. Hurts a lot. almost down.
4, and then I am going to use my special ability, Spirit Across Time. My spiritual ancestor directs me in battle, showing me the correct place to put my feet to move more swiftly, giving me a free movement action. So I have done a standard move and then a free move to get to this spot, and I will be attacking the mage goon. I'm going to roll 3 dice and reserve 2 for defense. And as we are one-on-one, I have a special ability that gives me a +4 as my sword slashes out in honorable combat. Yay!
Are you melee or you're just a dude?
I am just a dude. I ran cross country in high school.
Hell yeah, alright.
And I'm going to attempt to invoke Pascules to channel some healing toward the rapidly deteriorating Lucretius. Is that a healing check or a spirit channeling check?
Lucretius, you're healed back up to full.
All right. I think it would be better if Griff had a weapon. So I'll pull out a sort of rusty, junky knife out of my junk bag and hand it to Griff. So I am going to use my junk magic on the arrow that I have, which when it hits its target is going to explode into shrapnel.
Sick.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you like maybe you could like airburst it and say hit like this whole area, including possibly Lucretius, but fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, I am going to use a special ability. As the song of battle sings in my heart, my blade begins to vibrate.
What's your 5 out of 6 indicator?
That's how many chi levels I have remaining. Although
Cool.
it goes down to 4 because I just used 1.
All right. I want to go around the corner of this obstacle somewhat stealthily if possible and try to catch Goon 3 off guard and stab him with this rusty knife.
You make a feeble attack, but he fumbles the defense entirely and takes some damage. Roll 1d10 plus strength.
A boy becomes a man.
This is maybe kind of silly. Can I try to, like, yell in a deep voice and try to insult Goon 4 and make him think that it's Goon 3 doing it, or at the very least, make him mad at me and want to attack me?
Anyway, so you pass the roll, and the thug is unnerved.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at him something like, trying to do the guy's voice. You smell like you took a bath in the piss well.
You see a single solitary tear start rolling down his cheek. He mutters something under his breath that you don't understand in a foreign language. Which goon were you targeting here, by the way?
I was targeting Goon 4 and hoping he would think it was Goon 3, but whatever.
Yeah, so Goon 4 has been unnerved, and is going to be taking -3 penalty to his melee rolls for a couple of rounds. And Goon 3 is confused and is going to be taking a -1 penalty to his defense rolls in the next round.
Beautiful.
Did a 1d0. Welp.
Welp. No, you get hit.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to withdraw and blast Goon 2 with my shotgun. My sexy Victorian shotgun.
Okay, so my arrows are made now, meaning that I just use them with ranged combat. I don't use them with junk magic.
Right. Goon 4 is still badly unnerved, but he's concerned about his buddy Goon 2 here, so he's going to move to reinforce him, shoulder to shoulder. It's the mage's turn. He is almost dead and fucking makes a run for it. He withdraws and goes this way. On his way out, he chugs a minor health potion and regains 8 hit points. Goes up to 12.
All right. I am locked in melee combat with his goon, and I successfully stabbed him and then dodged. And I would like to stab him again with my rusty knife.
The goon successfully deflects your attempted stab.
Alright. I am going to release the invocation of Aleph and Za and let the energy flow out of me to let them materialize in front of the mage goon, cutting off his exit and attacking him.
Okay. Do they have any kind of weapon or damage dealing ability, or are they just blocking them?
They are both martial artists with average adult human strength, but they have like half average human adult hit points. And if either one goes down, they both go down.
What are their names?
Aleph and Za.
I like these little mages. I mean, these little gnomes.
Yeah, me too. It's a good token.
Do they have a catchphrase or anything?
No.
Okay.
They do provoke me to do random things, though.
Actually, no.
Wait, Goon 4 died?
Goon 4
No,
is...
that was Goon 2.
No,
Goon
2
is
died.
dead.
I'm actually going to run forward, if that doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does sort of.
You
Because
gotta...
I wanted to shoot where you are right now and sort of like explode the thing and see if I could get both Goon 3 and Goon 4.
And a 9. So 17 plus...
He's dead.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
I'll be curious to know later how 𝐾𝐸𝐿 reacts to this experience of actually killing some people with a sword.
Also, are you like slicing him neatly in half, or is it just like a fucking mess?
I mean, it's a katana, so...
It is a katana, but he has been hacking at this guy and trading blows with him for like 30 seconds.
Yep. It's pretty brutal, actually.
This is like a mall katana.
Yeah.
Or like, this is like a high-quality internet
It's not
katana.
a mall katana. He ordered it online.
Okay.
How dare you?
Congratulations, team. You have just defeated a bunch of goons. You hear a panel sliding open from behind the far wall of the grotto, and the figure that you saw at the refugee camp steps out, clapping his hands. Woohoo! You lot are fun indeed. These pesky bastards here have been stealing from me, and I didn't want to kill them myself. It was so much fun to watch you rumble. Ooh, shivers running down my spine. Welcome to my abode. I'm Oscar.
Well, I do take some pocket change, and I pick up one of the weapons, which looks a little bit higher quality, and I walk up to Griff, and I say, "Here, my boy. It'll serve you a little better than that thing you're holding on to."
I tuck the rusty knife into my belt and take the sword.
I
Yep,
take the
this
rest
is-
of the junk.
You have accumulated several pounds of additional junk.
Yes.
I would like to check and make sure that my flash drive did not fall out of my pocket.
You still have it.
Good.
Lucretius visibly seems to weaken and kind of stoops over in a rather haggard fashion as the demon clay wears off, and he becomes a bit more withered than he was even before he took it in the first place.
All right, so I think we're wrapped up. Thanks so much, guys. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too.
Yeah,
This
dude,
was cool. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it's
thank
fun as
you.
hell.
Nice.
And thank you, chat. Anyone who managed to hang on or who joined in later, thank you guys for joining us. This is more fun with you guys here, so just love to play with the gang.
Yeah, super cool session. All right, guys. I'm going to go to bed. Have a great night. Thank you so much. I don't catch you guys later.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.